Hi and welcome. I'm Laya, and today I'm bringing you a very quick, energizing practice that you can do, especially on colder months and cold winter days when you feel a little bit sluggish, when you feel just tight and you just want to stay in your covers instead of moving through your day. So, this will be a very quick practice that you can do at any time where you feel like that. You will need, if you have them, 2 blocks and maybe a yoga blanket, but as always, just get creative and use what you have. And remember that the poses that I will be offering, you can adapt to whatever you need today, and I will be offering different options. So go ahead and find a comfortable seat. Take a moment to move your shoulders, move your neck, look around, become familiar with the space that you're in, whether it's a space that you're in often or a new one. And then once you feel ready, bring yourself to stillness and either soften your gaze down toward the floor or close your eyes. And just take a moment to become aware of the sounds around you. To become acquainted with the sound of your breath as you inhale and exhale. And to also become aware of other things happening around you, like the temperature. Even if it's colder than you would like, can you let yourself relax into the moment a bit more? Inhale through your nose, noticing the cool air come in. And exhale through your nose, noticing the air a little bit warmer coming out. In through your nose. Out through your nose. In through your nose. And this time open your mouth and let go. Notice how you feel in your body. And again, if you feel a little bit tight or constricted or cold, it's okay. Just become aware of how you feel right here, right now. And if you want to start to rub the palms of your hands together, creating heat and friction. And once you've created as much heat as you want to, you can cover your eyes, your face with your hands and bring that warmth there. Notice the vibration of your hands. Notice the darkness. And then once you want to and once you feel ready, open your eyes instead of the hands. Separate your fingers and then lower your hands down to your knees. Inhale, lift your shoulders up. Exhale, roll them back and down. Reach your arms out to the sides and all the way up. Inhale, interlace your hands. Flip your palms up toward the ceiling. Stretch out, breathe in. And as you breathe out, move your body a little bit toward the left so you open up through the right side body. Inhale, coming back through center, find length again. And on the exhalation, take the tilt a little bit to the other side. Stretch and open through the side of the rib cage. Inhale, come back through center. Exhale, bring your hands behind you. Move your feet from wherever they are. Uncross your legs. And then take a moment to move your knees a little bit side to side. Take a deep breath in and out. Stop the movement and bring yourself toward a tabletop position, toward hands and knees. So here's where if you have a blanket, it can be very handy to fold it in a way where you can bring your knees on top and that will support the knees. And bring your hands underneath your shoulders, spreading your fingers wide and grip through your fingertips. Or if you rather keep your wrists out for now, make fists with your hands instead. And as you start to notice your core here, perhaps you move your hips a little side to side, engaging in any gentle movement that will bring you a little bit of warmth and comfort. So maybe you move your hips and your spine and your shoulders. Or if you rather, maybe you take a little bit of circles with your hips around your knees as you inhale. And exhale. And if you're taking circles, make sure that you do a few in each direction. Staying as present as you can. Breathe in. And breathe out. Bring yourself back through center. Notice the stability, distributing the weight between your hands and your legs. And on your inhalation, send your right leg back. You can keep your toes on the ground and reach back through the heel, or maybe you choose to hover the toes as you draw your belly button in and up. And on your exhalation, lower your right knee. Inhale, send your left leg back. Again, your toes can be on the ground as you reach back through the heel, or let them hover. Reach forward through the crown of your head. Exhale, lower your left knee. Move your hips side to side. Breathe in and breathe out. Stop the movement. Inhale, send your right leg back. And then this time, send your left hand forward. Fingertips and toes can stay on the floor or float. Inhale. Exhale, come back to your tabletop. Other side. Inhale, send your left leg back. Right hand forward. Stay supported. Or maybe check out what happens if you float for a moment. Draw your belly button toward your spine. Breathe in. Breathe out. Come back to your tabletop. Inhale. And exhale. Now, if you have the blanket underneath your knees, feel free to move it to the side since we're going to move toward the abdomen. So on your next inhalation, shift your weight forward. Maybe you need to move your knees a little further back. And then as you exhale, lower down toward the abdomen. Keep your hands underneath your shoulders. Squeeze your elbows back toward the rib cage. Inhale, gently press up. You don't have to go very far. Engage your back body. Exhale, lower. Inhale, wave your spine up slowly and mindfully. Exhale, lower. One more cobra. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, lower down. Move your hands a little further back toward the rib cage. Inhale, lift up again. Exhale, press your hips back, tuck your toes, and send your hips back toward your heels as little or as much as you want. Perhaps your hands stay on the floor. Or maybe you start to walk your hands toward your thighs and eventually lift your chest up. And here, just notice the sensations that arise through your feet. Relax your shoulders. Lengthen through the crown of your head. Inhale. And exhale. Maybe you feel warmth or tingling or discomfort through the soles of the feet. One more, breathe in. And as you breathe out, hands to the ground, shift forward, lift your toes and roll your ankles, moving your toes around. Breathe in. And breathe out. Now feel free to stay in your tabletop, or if you rather, move your hands about a handprint forward. Grip well through the fingertips, tuck your toes, and as you slide your hips back, you can start to lift your knees and your hips to create this inverted V position, downward facing dog. If you find yourself in downward dog, feel free to bend one knee and extend the opposite heel and kind of walk it out here, creating some more heat through your legs. If you remained in tabletop, again, is there any movement you want to create here? Or maybe you walk your hands forward and let your forehead come down toward a block or the floor. Wherever you are, breathe. One more, inhale and exhale. Now bring yourself to tabletop position or downward facing dog. I will do the first side from tabletop. You do what works for you. On your inhalation, take your right leg behind you. Again, toes on the ground or floating. Exhale, draw your right knee toward your chest. Now start to bring your right foot between your hands. For some of us, it may require to grab your ankle with your hand and then slide the foot forward. If you have blocks, maybe you frame your right foot and start to lift your chest. Remember that your blocks have 3 heights, so use the one that works for you. And you can also rest your hands on your right knee or thigh. On your inhalation, lift your chest a bit more. And on the exhalation, imagine that you're drawing your right heel and your right hip back toward the left heel. Stay here or perhaps reach your arms up. Inhale. And on your exhalation, lower your hands back down. Frame your right foot. And take your right leg back either to your tabletop or to your downward dog. Maybe you find movement, maybe you find stillness. Breathe in and breathe out. Now, whether you're in tabletop or in downward facing dog, on your inhalation, take your left leg up and back. Keep your hips square to the front. Exhale, take your left knee toward your chest. Shift your weight forward. And however you want to bring your left foot between your hands. You can choose to keep your right knee lifted or lower it down. And giving yourself a little bit of time here to notice how you feel and what you need. Maybe you stay with your hands supported. Maybe you lift your chest. Perhaps you reach the arms up. One more breath, inhale. And on your exhalation, frame your left foot. Take your left leg back to meet the right. Maybe you go into down dog. Maybe you bring your big toes to touch and separate your knees. And bring your hips toward the heels for child's pose. Wherever you bring yourself, find a little bit of stillness as you connect to your breath. Starting to notice maybe where heat is arising from. One more breath, inhale. And exhale. Return to your tabletop or return to your downward dog, whatever you rather. Inhale, take your right leg back again. Exhale, draw your right knee to your chest, right foot between your hands. Left knee down or lifted, up to you. Stay here, or on your inhalation, lift your arms back up. And on your exhalation, bring your hands together in front of your heart. Take an inhalation. And as you exhale, let your upper body twist just a little bit toward the right. Now notice if you're really, really wobbly, right? It could be fun. Or you could take your left hand to your right knee and your right hand to the hip. Or to challenge your balance and your equilibrium a little more, take your left arm forward and your right arm back. One more breath, inhale. Exhale. Bring your arms forward or up, gaze forward, breathe in. And then breathe out, frame your right foot, right leg back, tabletop or downward dog. Take a deep inhalation. Exhale. Inhale, left leg up and back in whatever shape you're in. Exhale, draw your left knee toward the chest. Step your left foot between your hands. And once again, choose here if you want to lower the back knee or keep it up. Notice how stable you feel and then make decisions from there. Maybe you lift your chest, resting your hands on your thigh. Maybe lift your arms up. Breathe in. And as you breathe out, bring your palms together in front of your heart. Lift your chest up a bit more. Inhale. Exhale, take a gentle twist to the left. If you're wobbly, squeeze your thighs toward one another. Maybe your hands find some support on the legs and the hip. Maybe you stretch your arms out. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale. Take both arms forward or up. Deep breath in. Exhale, frame your left foot. And once again, take it back. So maybe you go to downward dog. Maybe you lower your knees and find a child's pose. Maybe there's something else you'd rather do. What would support that building of warmth and heat within you? One more breath here, inhale. This time as you exhale, open your mouth and really let it go. Maybe you make some sound. Again, inhale. Let go. Lift your head up. Press yourself up. Now you could just bring your legs around and take a seat. Or if you're in downward dog and you want to build a little bit more heat on your inhalation, look forward. If you have your blocks, it may be handy because it kind of adds some length to your arms. And then look between your hands and maybe you walk forward or maybe you kind of jump forward. Why not? It's a little fun, yeah? Now bring your feet in front of you. Bring your hands behind you on the floor. Fingertips can face whatever direction feels good on your shoulders. And then press down through your feet and your hands. And as you inhale, lift your chest up. And maybe you stay here or you lift your hips. One more breath. Inhale. And on your exhalation, lower your hips down. And keep your feet as together or as separate as you want to be able to give yourself a hug. And then maybe you move side to side. Breathe in. And let go. One more, breathe in. And let go. Lift your chest back up. Extend your left leg in front of you. And bring your right foot toward your inner left thigh. Or it could be your inner left shin, right? It's whatever works for you best. And what gives your right hip more space. And then you can keep your hands on the ground. You could take your hands on your leg. Or you could also use your blocks to frame your left leg. Inhale to lift your chest a bit more. And keep your spine long. And then as you exhale, slide forward. So notice that there's no need to round as you go down. If you're going a little bit too far and you feel like rounding, then switch the blocks so you can stay a little higher up, yeah? And then relax your head from there. One more breath, inhale. Exhale. Lift your head back up. Now take your right hand behind your right hip, look over your right shoulder, and take your left arm overhead. Stay or press into your right hand, lift your hips, lift your chest, and open up. Inhale. Exhale, come back down. And now switch sides. So extend your right leg, left foot toward your inner right leg. Frame your right leg however you want to, with your hands, with your blocks. Lengthen your spine and square your hips to the front. So sometimes it feels like your left side should go a little bit more forward than the right. Breathe in. And as you breathe out, perhaps you bring yourself forward and down as little or as much as you want to. One more breath. Bring yourself up, left hand behind your left hip, right arm overhead. Stay your lift. Breathe in. And as you breathe out, come all the way back down. Bring your feet in front of you or a little bit wider. Again, as much space as you need for your abdomen and your chest. Relax your head down, move side to side. Breathe in and breathe out. Now lift your head back up. Find a comfortable seated position of your choice so that we can close this practice with just a little bit of centering and grounding again, just to observe the changes. So you can sit however you want to. Maybe you rest your hands on your lap, or maybe you choose to take one hand to your abdomen and the other hand to your chest, your heart. And just notice what you notice. What's your breath like? What's your heartbeat like? Do you notice heat anywhere? And whatever you find, can you just use it as information? Inhale deeply, filling up your lungs. Open your mouth and let go. Once you feel complete, release your hands, open your eyes, if you close them, and just give yourself a moment of gratitude for taking the time to give yourself some cozy and warm movement that can carry you through some of the coolest days of the year. I look forward to practicing with you again. Be well.